professional wrestling? I like professional wrestling, so I'm here to talk about it. Hey, everybody, I'm Mike Knoxxx. We'll be right back to talk about professional wrestling. WrestleMania? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
We about to give him something new, Mike. Yeah. 3X. Y'all ready? Whether flaming a mic or flaming a blunt, he gon' keep it a bean and say what he want. He was the first one doing his hair, they all stealing. We only gon' give you the truth like Ron Killings. Yeah, guard feelings cause they might get hurt. Got a hold on this game, H fighting Kurt. 16 years strong, even doing this thing well. While these other dudes losing their edge like Gangrel. Look, find a seat while I ride the beat. When it come to podcast, he's the tribal chief. I'm talking Major, the Genesis, Sega, and anything we still wondering about. That's why we got Michaela. As long as he here, you other dudes might shine. The only brother that can outdo the pipe bomb icon. Do it for the people like The Rock. Welcome to the show, introducing Mike Knoxxx. Yeah. Let's go.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Mike Knoxxx Show. I'm your host, Mike Knoxxx, and indeed, it's an honor to be with you guys today as we talk professional wrestling. And as we talk professional wrestling today, well, we're going to talk about a lot of things on the show today. A lot of things in the barbershop today. A lot of things on the Mike Knoxxx Show we're going to talk about today. And on that list is the fact that I know some of you guys out there will say, oh, he's tripping. Oh, my God, he's bugging. The Granddaddy of Them All is still like almost, it's not here. We're like, 59 whatever days out from it. Oh my God, why is Mike Knoxxx complaining? I don't know, because it's WrestleMania. Right? I don't know, because we're wrestling fans, right? You got people dressing up now, Vaughn, that go out and go, hey, start a podcast. I've been doing this shit for 16 years. So I've been bitching, complaining, and watching it every Monday for 16 years. Okay? I bitch and complain about General Hospital. I've been watching that for 40 years. You see the picture here? It's what we do. We're human, okay? We like entertainment, and because we pay for it, we give it our attention, we have every right to complain and bitch about it. So all that people, oh, they're just complaining and bitching, but still going to watch it. I pay for the motherfucker. I have every right to complain and bitch about something that I put my money into. So there it is. If I go to the movies and see Scream 7 and Spot Face said it was ass and me and my daughter enjoyed it, we say, hey, I enjoyed it. It's what it is. I'm an Apple guy. You an Android girl? Hey, it is what it is. But this is the Mike Knoxxx Show, hosted by Mike Knoxxx, starring Mike Knoxxx, produced by Mike Knoxxx, and 301 King Von Jr., the Victorious Ones podcast every single Thursday. Y'all know where he is. Holding me down backstage, my social media to my Ayatollahs and rock and rollers, the show the pros listen to. And if you don't like it, listen anyway. That's right. Because as the greatest rapper of all time, March 9th, I want my cheese eggs, and Welch's grape. Conversate for a few, because in the few, we gonna do what we came to do. Ain't that right, Vaughn? True. And let's talk professional wrestling. And I think WrestleMania is kind of overhyped right now. And you would say, well, overhyped, underhyped, evenly hyped? Yeah. I know come WrestleMania Saturday now, not Sunday, I'm going to look at my wife. I'm going to see friends online, Belt Kings, at wrestling, and I'm going to go, shit, I wish I was there. Because I love the atmosphere of WrestleMania. If you've never been to a WrestleMania, ain't from WrestleMania, don't plan on coming to WrestleMania, no, you would understand WrestleMania. But if you've been to WrestleMania, you would understand it's magnetic. But once I see it, and what I'm looking towards of what I'm going to watch when I see it, WrestleMania 42, I don't seem to be, I'm glad I'm not spending my money right now. Now, I reserve the right, because I spend my money, to change my mind a month from now, Vaughn, right? When we see it, and if it's going to be good enough. If you're watching right now, you're still locked in, tuned into the Mike Knoxxx Show, please like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that when we go live, you are live with us here on the Mike Knoxxx Show. Please, like I said, like, follow, subscribe. Here's hit the bell notification. Did I do all that stuff you're supposed to do? You're supposed to say? Okay, I think I did it all. Okay. If I did, y'all know what you're supposed to do right now. If you like it, if you don't, even comment and say your ass. Hey, I've been called worse. It's okay. Do you eat ass? Or are you ass? Which one would you rather be? Which one would you rather be? 6'7", 7'6"? I don't know. Okay. But we also get the understanding of why I'm walking into WrestleMania. And I have the belief in my heart that TKO has ruined the WWE, Vaughn. I think that wrestling fans are enamored with the celebrities that pop up, because we should be, right? I've been doing this again. I'm going to say it again. Y'all know what that is, right? And when I remember the first time I stepped in the locker room and I saw motherfucking Mike Quick. Oh, Yvonne, you've been there. I'm on the baseball diamond. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen Ronnie Gant. You know what I'm saying? I'm at Fight Night DC, and my wife is crushing on Isaiah Thomas. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to interview Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I know how it is to be around celebrities. So I get it. Same here. But you know what happened with Mike Knoxxx, and why Mike Knoxxx can call Rikishi, why Mike Knoxxx can call Road Dogg, why Mike Knoxxx can call Kenny Anderson, why Mike Knoxxx can call, see the name drops I'm dropping here, why Mike Knoxxx can call Tracy Murray? Because I'm not a mark in that sense. Look at you say, well, you mean ain't a mark? You got a wrestling podcast. Of course he's a mark. Of course I'm a mark. We're all wrestling marks. Shout out to the wrestling marks. Excellent. Nephew Corey and them boys. All right. You know we got love around here for everybody. But my point is, no matter how much of a fan I am and I spend money, the product's not worth it. TKO is so occupied with putting big celebrities in front of you, raising the ticket prices that you can't afford your family any longer to go to an event, that right now floor seats are $11,000. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing Pacquiao and Mayweather Part 1. Am I? Is John Jones taking on Lyoto Machida? I mean, 11,000. Mike Tyson versus Leon Spinks in Atlantic City on the boardwalk? $11,000? Just 5 years ago, I was at the front row on the floor watching Cody's return for $475. Well, hold on, with you know, I got to pay for like the what do you call that shit? The service fee and stuff, right? So with I paid $500 and then made my money back. Shout out to the Wrestling Marks Excellence. No, wrong show. Shout out to the what's the name? Chris. All right, from Papa Review. Okay, the executive consultant. There it is. Hey, Mike. Why go back on the plane and have to pay for that chair? Just sell it. Okay, sure. Made all my money back. I'm not making $11,000 back on the WrestleMania to get a chair. For you to get me Punk versus Roman? Yeah, it's getting personal, y'all. Oh my God, your family. Whoa, who hasn't said that before? Okay. Oh, your family. That's all y'all got? Is there nothing else left in the tank? And even though we're way out from it, Vaughn, my prediction early, I'm just going to call it right now. I have been bitching. I have been complaining for a WrestleMania with Rock and Roman for 7 fucking years. Saudi Arabia WrestleMania will give us Rock versus Roman. My prediction is that CM Punk gets help from the final boss and they build a year-long relationship for Rock and Roman. Now, granted, you're like, that motherfucker's bugging. And I might be. I'm a wrestling fan. Okay? I'm fantasy booking. But that shit right there, even if The Rock shows up at WrestleMania, Mike Knoxxx will not be disappointed that I didn't go. I'll be disappointed I'm not there. Friends are there. Parties are there. You know what I'm saying? It's fun at WrestleMania, y'all. You got to go. Okay? You got to go. But 11 G's? Nah. It's all about next year. TKO is going to put the first hour of this pay-per-view on ESPN. So we already know it's Randy versus Cody because Cody beats Drew McIntyre on SmackDown, and all the fans are in a tizzy about that. Wrestling fans are not happy. But I tell wrestling fans, guys, why do y'all always do the same thing you always do? What is that? Same thing I just came on the air doing, y'all. Bitching and complaining. Okay? You should know because we're all in. This is the show for the intelligent wrestling fan. So you should already know that Drew McIntyre is going to go film the Highlander movie. And the title's going to be lost. We knew when he came out in the post show and said, hey, you interfered again. Here's the match. We hope maybe Jacob Fatu and him are getting involved. And I still think he's involved in WrestleMania somehow. I think because they've already called it for WrestleMania as the WrestleMania card on ESPN for the first hour, and they already said Cody and Orton, I think that doesn't change. Even if Drew doesn't leave, which I get wrestling fans, if Drew McIntyre is at WrestleMania in any capacity, this is a sham mockery, and this is wrong. I think it should have been a fatal four-way or a fatal three-way or a triple threat match. I do not think it's be Orton versus Cody Rhodes. I do not think that. I believe that in my heart. I think that is not right. Okay. I think that Drew McIntyre continues to get the bad end of the shtick, if you will, when it comes to championship runs. I know and here's fairness. He may not feel that way or care that way. The title run, he got the bonus in his check, whatever that contract states. As a wrestling fan, we tend to look at what TKO has done. This is why I'm always, everything's interweaving here, people. And you look at WrestleMania, you go, is it overhyped? Because there are these ticket prices. It's back in Vegas, but it's supposed to be in New Orleans. Everybody was kind of excited about going back to New Orleans. My favorite WrestleMania place I've been to next to Miami. Okay, Philly being a distant third. I love that. But you're gonna give us champions to put in front of you. But where's the storyline? Where's the underbelly to this? I'm gonna say it every single time I get a chance to say it because I'm a wrestling fan and I think it should be said. We miss Vincent Kennedy McMahon's booking. Road Dogg has resigned, fired, whatever the story you guys want to paint may be. He's no longer with the company. Some would say they didn't think Road Dogg's booking was that great in the first place. That's fair. I look at it like I would rather have a wrestling mind of someone who was there in the uptick of professional wrestling be there than someone who is not there now. And I think that's a hard time that I have a hard time dealing with. I have a hard time dealing with that as well. And I see your thoughts coming in. I'll get your comments momentarily. And I just think that's a bad place to be for the company, in my opinion. Looking at it from that perspective. I just don't like that Keo keeps trying to, like, this whole ESPN deal. We get it. You're on ESPN. But Cody and Orton is not it to me. I get that you can still book this very well. There's so much storyline here. We've called Orton versus Cody for a while. This isn't nothing new, right? We thought this. It was a possibility. It's here. Let's give it its merit and see what it's worth. But I just don't feel like I'm where I used to be when it comes to this time of WrestleMania. Like I'm prepared, honestly, guys, to go on a boat and not give two shits about WrestleMania at this time of year. I want to be in Vegas. I'm not going to be in Vegas. I don't think the tickets were worth it. I didn't think that I was going to pay the money to go to WrestleMania in Vegas and then not go to the building. I didn't want to do that. I tried to do it. I asked multiple friends. They also echoed the same sentiments. Hey, love Vegas. We can go for your birthday. But right now, for WrestleMania, I'm not feeling that for once. And that's where my concern is going into WrestleMania. I think the drama and the controversy between Punk and Roman isn't enough for me. This just doesn't seem as big as it would have seemed last year with Heyman. I know we got the architect that came involved in that. Just wasn't feeling that. I'm not feeling the build up for Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill because I feel like Jade's finna get squashed here. I know that Jade's a transitional champion as well, but Rhea Ripley, no longer Rhea Thickley, is no longer that threat that proposes to me. I feel that Jade, where they currently stand right now with storyline building and where they've been, should beat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. That's not me. Oh, give it to me. That's not my black girl magic going on right now because Mike Knoxxx, and on every time that there's a Mike Knoxxx show, they say, well, Mike Knoxxx, who you going for on the Mike Knoxxx show? And I go, well, by now, if you listen to the Mike Knoxxx show, you should know who I'm going for. I'll tell you, in case you don't know.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black.
I am.
Please understand.
Message.
There's a method to my methodology around here, right? Biggie Smalls, rest in peace. Okay? But I just don't feel it. I don't feel the hype is worth it. Punk and Roman, as much as I love Roman, as much as I love Punk, I'm not saying Punk. I go back to WrestleMania 28. Triple H, Undertaker, everybody, I'm not an Undertaker guy, but at WrestleMania, I felt that urge to want to see him win. I don't feel this match. I don't feel the story behind it. I don't know. It's not hitting. Cody Orton, although you can build the story behind it, I don't know. It's not hitting. Liv Morgan taking on Stephanie Valkyrie, unless Dominic ends up knocking off Stephanie Valkyrie, I don't agree with that one either. So I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't like this WrestleMania push. And I think that TKO has cemented so much of their input on this wrestling business, on this wrestling company, that it's lacking. The hirings, the firings, the hirings for no reason, the Danhausen. Again, there's something against Danhausen and those who are fans of Danhausen. To have that be, and again, wrestling fans, a lot of wrestling disappointments are always on us. Let's put that in perspective. Yeah. It's us. We say, we think, we get hype about what we think is going to happen. And then when it doesn't happen, we complain. But rightfully so, no one knows who the fuck Danhausen is. You did him dirty the same way you did Royce Keys and Powerhouse Brian Hobbs. They didn't have nothing to do with these guys. What are they going to do? At least Danhausen somewhat with the cursing thing, right, that he's bringing over to go against Miz and now Dominic Mysterio. We already seen that effect. What will that transpire? Is that how they're going to get people out of storylines? I don't know, but is that enough? No, it's not. Okay? Having the alopecia looking R-Truth? No, that's not it either. He cut his hair completely bald. I thought, what's my man from Spider-Man? I thought I was watching Ron again. Yeah. Like, come on, y'all. I'm just not feeling wrestling where it is right now. I wonder if we see Sammy get involved, though. I was thinking Sammy would get involved. I was hoping Sammy would get involved. I'm hoping Sammy gets involved. I'm dying for old Sami Zayn to return. I miss that Sami Zayn. Okay? Reef, what's going on, man? Fire Show, thank you. What's going on? Good evening, Perfect Plex. TKO has submarined the WWE. And I would agree with that wholeheartedly as well. They had some changes due to something different and didn't do it pretty lazy. They had a chance to do, something different, and they didn't do it. Road Dogg once said, Brett isn't good wrestler. Isn't a good wrestler and never took him seriously again. Talking about Road Dogg. I'm quite sure that's when he was in his stupor phase, as they would call it. Okay, I think anybody that has any set of eyes can see that Bret Hart's great inside that square circle. Now, whether you think Bret Hart's entertaining, I think that's left up for interpretation. Because can you enjoy Bret Hart, but then say Gunther's boring? Do they fit? Same energy for both of them. So that's my take with that. Same as I say when it comes to having, if you want to put Trish Stratus on the top somewhere, you better put Nikki Bella. As far as I'm concerned, their trajectory to the top was actually identical in that sense. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with This Week in Wrestling History with King Vaughn. And then we're going to come back and we got my man Curtis from the dojo, SGO's on. And we're going to talk WWE 2K26. Like it, don't like it, to buy, not to buy, because wrestling's so damn boring. WrestleMania is so overhyped. Who gives a fuck? We'll be right back, y'all. The Mike Knoxxx Show.
Yo, it's prime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson.
It's the Honky Tonk Man.
NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? The Mike Knoxxx Show, that's 3 X's because he's hardcore. Present This Week in Wrestling History with King Vaughn.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's King Vaughn Jr., the Victorious Ones podcast and Perfect Plex Talk Radio, here to give you the week in wrestling history. On March 20th, by the way, of course, March 9th, RIP Notorious B.I.G., by the way. March 10th, of course, 1992, Shawn Michaels picked up a DQ win over WWF Intercontinental Champion Roddy Piper in a non-title match on the March to WrestleMania 8 syndicated TV special, which took place at the WWF Wrestling Challenge tapings in Biloxi, Mississippi. And of course, Piper was GQ for attempting to use the boot, of Michael's on-screen valet Seychelles Sherry to hit HBK on the same day, 1997, on the 200th episode of Monday Night Raw in Worcester, Massachusetts. Jerry the King Lawler and Paul E. Dangerously Paul Heyman were involved in Work Shoot WWF versus ECW debate. Also, Mankind and Vader defeated Sid and Undertaker in the main event. On the same day in 2007, Big Cat Ernie Ladd passed away at age 68 in Franklin, Louisiana. Ladd first found success, of course, in the NFL rather than AFL before making his name in NWA and WWF. And of course, he was trained by Hall of Famer Bobo Brazil. Of course, black wrestling pioneer as well. Of course, on the same day in 2008, Chris Jericho won his 8th Intercontinental title by defeating Jeff Hardy on Raw from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. On the same day in 2014, on Monday Night Raw, the infamous Occupy Raw segment took place. And of course, that's when Daniel Bryan took over the programming by filling in the ring with fans from the crowd chanting "Yes, yes, yes." Of course, in the aftermath of CM Punk's exit, which opened the door for Bryan to be in the triple threat for WrestleMania 30 with, of course, Randy Orton and Batista. We all know how that went. Of course, March 11th, 1993, at a house show in London, Sting defeated Vader to win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. On the same day, 1993, former WWF star Dino Bravo was brutally murdered in his home in Quebec at the age of 44. Of course, on the same day, in 1996, Steve Austin debuted his new Stone Cold gimmick at WWF Raw in San Antonio, Texas, in a double count-out draw with Savio Vega. Of course, in the same day in 2003, in the main event of SmackDown, saw Kurt Angle defeat Brock Lesnar to retain the WWE Championship. And these two were set to meet in the main event of WrestleMania 19 just a few weeks later, of course, as Lesnar will end up winning. And of course, on March 12th, 2016, Triple H retained the WWE Championship against Dean Ambrose at Roadblock in Toronto, Canada. And of course, this eventually set up WrestleMania, where Roman Reigns would defeat Triple H for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 32. March 13, 2004, WWE held the first Hall of Fame ceremony since 1996 at a Hilton Hotel in New York City. It was the night before WrestleMania 20. In the induction class, included Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jesse Ventura, Big John Studd, Don Morocco, Harley Race, Tio Santana, Superstar Billy Graham, the Junkyard Darks, Sergeant Slaughter, Greg Valentine, Pete Rose. March 14, 2004, WWE WrestleMania 20 took place in the iconic Madison Square Garden. The pay-per-view was 4.5 hours long, at 20,000 fans in the arena, with 185,000 more watching on pay-per-view. And of course, that was the night that Eddie defeated Kurt Angle. And of course, we all know that triple threat match with Chris Benoit, which is now erased from history. As far as birthdays, of course, March 10th, Luchasaurus turns 41. Of course, March 12th, Penta turns 45. March 13th, Takashi turns 57. March 14th, Santino turns 52. Shotzi turns 34. And Brian Clark, formerly known as Adam Bomb, turned 62. And that is a week in wrestling history. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, 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 it's prime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson.
It's the Honky Tonk Man.
NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? The Mike Knoxxx Show, that's 3 X's because he's hardcore, present this week in wrestling history with King Vaughn.
I'm sorry, Vaughn. Did you just say that Penta was 45 years old? Jesus Christ.
No, that was Kenta.
Kenta. Okay, I thought you said Penta. I'm about to say, damn, man. I'm about to say, so they say good black don't crack. I'm about to say, good shit. Welcome back to the Mike Knoxxx Show. That was my man King Vaughn Jr. holding it down, the Victorious Ones podcast every single Thursday, 8 p.m. You can follow him on his YouTube channel. But here's my producer, my production manager to the I Tell You It's a Rock and Rollers for over a decade here on the Mike Knoxxx Show, going from Perfect Plex Talk Radio to Fox Sports Radio, and Steven here right now on the Mike Knoxxx Show on the Mike Knoxxx Show Network on the Mike Knoxxx Show channel on YouTube. So I like saying that kind of stuff all the time because people get mad by Mike Knoxxx being so great. So I like to throw it in their faces. If not for you, it's okay. It's understandable. It's an inside joke, but we're going to keep it going. My man Curtis from the Dojo is here from Sports Gamers Online. What's going on, Kurt?
What is going on, man? What is going on?
Man, listen, right now, WWE 2K26 is what's going on. We were lucky enough to go ahead and get some copies of this game a little early, get a chance to play this game. We review Sports Gamers Online. Make sure you guys follow them on the YouTube channel, Sports Gamers Online, as well as make sure you get an opportunity to follow us twice a month, every other Tuesday, coming back next Tuesday for our show as well, our podcast talking about sports games and other games that are out there. Curtis, my man, you got this game, I got this game, and you hate my scores on games. Is that fair to say?
For the most part, yes. I've always kind of been like, what is going on here? But yeah, for the most part.
Early on in this game, only 4 days in, it's an 8 out of 10.
I agree.
This might be hands down one of the best wrestling games in at least in the 2K era of games. I feel a little no mercy-ish. And I'm talking about from the My Rise. I haven't had a chance to really dive into every single mode. I love the My Rise. It's the first things I always touch is My Rise or whatever the little showcase is. But this year, I dove into the My Rise. And the surprises, the angles you can take. I felt like I was back being a teenager when I started playing wrestling games. You know, a young youth in my 20s. I always tell people, you're not 25 years old, you're not a grown-ass anything. In my young 20s playing this game, I remember those times, and I have so much fun playing. The submissions with the chairs and the I Quit matches, right? The blood that splatters on the screen, the different angles when you're jumping off the top rope. Now, there are some misses in this game for me, Kurt, and I'll get you in here in a second.
Yeah.
One of those is from a creative standpoint. One is I hate the most is the supercharger's not in this game. I think it's a complete miss in this game. I am frustrated that the Monday Night Wars edition gives you what it gives you, but not enough to unlock everything at once. It gives you the ability to be able to lock everything once you've achieved what they want you to achieve. I don't like that. I do not like where when you're getting up off the mat, you know, you have your, what they call it, rapid recovery, I think it's called.
Like the new stamina system.
The new stamina system, and you can just hop up, whether somebody has a chair or not, in your hand. No matter what you're doing, if they hop up with that instant, recovery, you instantly fall back or knocked off. Chair falls out your hand. I don't like none of that.
Yeah.
I also don't like the fact of, again, going back to the creative side, where the fuck is my Shawn Michaels entrance with my pyro? He gives the God entrance and he's giving God the grace and the glory and the honor. That pyro, that's Mike Knoxx's pyro. It's his favorite wrestler, Shawn Michaels' pyro. It's not in the game. Then there's other pyros telling me I got to wait for the AAA pass. I thought I got the AAA pass. Oh, wait, that's not out yet. So why the hell can I even see it locked? I give it an 8 for gameplay. I give it a 3 for everything else because 2K does what 2K does. And that's become a money grab, and you can kiss my ass with that and grab my butt cheeks while you're at it. Curtis, your thought on this, man?
I love what you said about.
And you're a little low.
Oh, I am.
Maybe not. Let me see if I can turn you up over here. Okay. I had Spot Face turned pretty down low because he was just incredibly loud. Yeah, no, you're up. Yeah, you're low on your end. Yeah, you're up loud over here. So you're just low.
Let me see. I don't know why I'm there.
But go ahead.
All right.
There you go. Much better.
Okay. Because I a little bit of an echo. Took that off. But I loved what you said about My Rise. Now, I can't talk loads about My Rise because I did sign something with 2K and I can't really give out too much on My Rise. But what you said when it comes to you could be like a heel, babyface, they have like multiple ways you can go with it. Especially when you go heel, the first press conference you give, that felt like a real press conference.
That in itself, the press conference by itself is just fire, right?
Yeah, it was so good. And I'm watching, I'm like, oh, this. I'm really him. Like I'm about to climb back up to the top and get Braun Breakers. But it was awesome. What I like about this game right now, Mike Knoxxx, and you said an 8, I would even go further and give it a 9 because I feel like the developers really looked at what they did last year. They improved upon the game in a lot of ways when it comes to the island, when it comes to some of the creativity that they put into the game. The scrapyard I just did a match on the island from there.
Listen,
that is so fun.
The different weapons you can pick up. When I first grabbed the shopping cart,
Yeah, you could just run.
And I saw it online, but when I actually did it, I said, "Oh, this is crazy. This is like it's so much fun." I came in the time I played a WWE. I can't give it a 9, Curtis, because it still has server issues. And I know that we got an early copy, so we have to technically wait to see what's going to open up and if this is the real copy and all that kind of nonsense that's out there. Yeah. But I look at it from the perspective of the servers are. I just played a game before I got online, and I'm like, you see my entrance, my money's always falling. Everybody knows Mike Knoxxx. Yeah. You can download Mike Knoxx's character, by the way. Online.
I'm gonna have to put you in my universe.
You could put Mike Knoxxx in there, but I have the money raining from the ceiling because all of my theme song never changed. The billionaires, you got my money.
I love it.
Do you have my money? Because Mike Knoxx's theme, my character Mike Knoxxx came. I'm the $1 million thug. Who won the lottery, so I'm a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, my pyro I got pyro 8 times at every step of the way. Okay, everybody I play against you. But anyway, online, they couldn't see none of it.
Yeah. Can I actually say something before it leaves my mind?
Yeah.
One thing that 2K mentioned that they updated, but they kind of downplayed it in their notes, is the updated physics engine, or the physics in the engine.
Okay.
It is bananas because they added ragdoll, and if you see it on online right now on media, where it's like people are falling from all these heights and they're landing in weird ways and stuff. I threw Eli Dragunov and it's like the archives. He landed on all the tables. It was like boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh my god, it is insane. I love how they did that. I love that update. The gameplay to me again super smooth. I actually played a match where I got drop kicked and I landed right on the steps where the steps were inside of the ring. And it's stuff like that I love so much in this game.
See, let me ask you this, right? I don't want to embarrass myself here. Okay. I don't want to embarrass myself, and I'm okay with that, okay? How in the F do you use the ragdoll system? Because I'm playing it like mistakenly. I may land on the chair or the steps, right? But I'm like, watching on TikTok and shit. I'm like, yo, they're having a great time. It's like Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
How the hell do you do the ragdoll way? Like, I'm not lying. Like, what am I doing wrong here?
You got to lift them up manually.
Yeah.
And you press square, and you can throw them.
Oh, so like the same I do a regular pickup, like I'm going to throw them out the ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then if I'm by the environment, hit square, boom. Yeah. Just like mine, it would be whatever the hell square is, X.
If you want to see a perfect example of it,
yes,
follow me on Twitter, Kurt from the Dojo. I have one where I throw Eli Dragunov. I'm Javon Evans. I throw Eli Dragunov off, and he lands on like 20 tables. And you see his neck. He like this. It's ridiculous, man.
TKO is trying to mail fans homeless tickets in the shows and now bets the Crown Jewel belt. No, if you can actually buy the Crown Jewel belt, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would fuck with that belt. That's one. How much does it cost? Right there. That's the question. Now belts 100% trash. Now listen, I'll give you that too. We have ruined it. Let me rephrase that. I'm just the OG of this shit. I gotta say it, y'all. Come on, look at it. Look at my face. You know who you motherfuckers is. King Coley. You know what I'm saying? You belt kings, nephew Corey. Y'all buy every single belt that comes out. I see it. Every belt. I'll be like, nah, every belt. And I respect it. That's no, I promise you, as I'm your fan's favorite fan or your hater's favorite hater, because every fan has some hate inside of them, I'm not hating. I'm not. I'm like, yes, that's my brother. Buy that shit. But I also be like, you bought that shit? At the same damn time. That's all I'm saying. But I do want my next. You said, I'm sorry, did you just say $2,000? I'm not gonna lie and say that's not worth it though. If you look at that, I gotta look at the belt. If I'm looking at the same Crown Jewel belt, I don't know. I'm not spending $2,000 on it. But I can see somebody spending $2,000 on it. But overall, I do like this game. I think I'm gonna dive into the universe mode. A little bit. I kind of had a little problems doing it. I want to follow some people who already did it. Some streamers that tell you how to set it up properly, so I can put my family in there. So for me, if you're like me when it comes to this game, I spend nothing but loads of hours at building my family, building myself, creating that kind of stuff. Or I even played the game. So, but I did get a chance. I beat My Rise. I will say that I beat the My Rise. I won't say where I went with it, but the fact you can have so many different directions and where it goes. I will say as well, when it comes to the female version, it's kind of the same story, and I didn't like that. I did not like that. Another reason why I can't give it anything higher than 8. It's a completely an 8 for the effort, for the gameplay. The new added moves from different areas are just amazing. You can be on any low rope, middle rope, top rope. Phenomenal. AJ Styles included in this, who's going to AEW, by the way. Just joking. Don't get mad at me, guys. I said it earlier. Okay. But I love this game. I think it is not worth if you bought it early to pay the $150 if you bought the one. I don't think that. I do not like, as a 2K basketball fan, I do not like they don't have the supercharger. It was worth its weight in money when you bought the game for that price, but you got everybody from the door. Yeah. Not the fact I bought everybody and I have to wait to be able to unlock them to get them.
You gotta work
on that. You gotta do some work. And I don't like that fact. I want to be, because when you have to do that, it also stops and slows down your creativity. Because there's things you cannot add if you do not have. That things are belonging to certain people. So for that, I do not like it. It stays in an 8 for me. Your final rating on this, Curtis, at least on the Mike Knoxxx Show rating.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get an 8 also, because the ringside pass stuff is very predatory in my opinion. It's very 2K. Very like 2K. It reminds me like NBA 2K and stuff like that.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
He just sent me a picture of this thing. I don't know if you guys can see that.
That thing is decked out.
That thing is ugly. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is an ugly ass title for 2Gs. That better have all kind of what do you call them? Cubic zirconias in them. They may know some QZs. Okay, up in there. But yeah. So what's your biggest takeaway from this game before we get out of here?
I love, again, it's the gameplay. Every year it gets a little bit better, but this year I feel like they've taken a significant jump with the physics when it comes to reversals and things like that, and the transitions. It's all really smooth. It's one of the smoothest wrestling I've ever played.
That's the nail in the coffin right there for me. It's one of the smooth in the 2K genre. This is the best one in show so far for me.
Yeah.
Okay. It's really improved. It brought back the old stuff, the new stuff. I asked you before, is it a must to buy? I think, yes, you go buy this game.
Yeah. Especially if you're a wrestling fan.
If you're a wrestling fan, go buy this game. Do you have to buy the early copy to still be? Not necessarily. I think if you got to pay in it anyway, might as well wait to get the game and then just unlock the shit. And if you like buying it later to get those passes, get them, because, you know, even the ones they're giving away in this first season, I'm not a big fan of having all the AAA people. So I'm not gonna play with Mr. Iguana. I'm not gonna play with Viking King, whatever his name is. I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't work for me. So I don't think you should have to rush out there to get those packages. We know how they always do. If you want to get the Hardy Boys in July when they come out, then just buy the Hardy Boys when they come out. And honestly, there's a really great Hardy Boys on there if you want to be one. You know, as creative as guys are. So I don't think it's worth it to buy the Monday Night Edition. If you're a digital copy subscriber buyer like I am with games, it's only CM Punk anyway on my dashboard. It's not the Monday Night Wars. I learned that years ago with Madden when I wanted T.O. on the cover, and it's not T.O. It was still whoever the hell was the non-Hall of Fame edition that year. But that's all I got to say about this. WrestleMania overhyped. Let me ask you that, Curtis, before you get about it here. Are you hype about WrestleMania, Curtis?
After the Cody Rhodes winning again, I was like, maybe not. I would have loved Drew and Randy.
It's just Drew is the best in business that doesn't get a chance to actually show how great he is in business because he's always getting pushed to the second rung. And I just think that's unfair of him. Nothing against Cody. I'm a diehard Cody's fan, but TKO continuously pushing him to do everything as their face of the company. I don't feel that he's the face of the company, and not because of anything against Cody Rhodes. I love Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, if he was the face of the company, would have never gotten kicked out of the company and fired. They don't fire the faces of their companies. I'm just being honest. They don't fire those guys. They read them up. True. You know what I'm saying? Look at Roman. He got booed for 7 years and they still didn't give a fuck how much you booed him. Vince pushed his ass until look where he's at now.
Yeah.
Right. Arguably the greatest WWE champion of all time. But
it's easy to see Triple H doesn't like to take risk, and you could tell in a lot of his decisions.
You know what? I say this every single time, and it's not a cop out or sticking up for him because he deserves not nobody to stick up for him. I just really wonder how much power he has. I think TKO it's that much imprint on this company, especially with that Unreal shit.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Like, you got professionals, you got the most recognizable wrestling mind in the company right now, and Paul Heyman openly on record saying
he doesn't like it.
I don't like this Unreal show.
Yeah.
Because once you saw them you literally told us you don't care about Chelsea Green. When she's the hottest thing that's not a Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Naomi in the company. She's hotter. She could be bigger as all them girls. She could be as big as any woman in wrestling.
And Paul Heyman knows that.
And y'all don't do that. It's just so much a shame, and it's unnecessarily. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Do me a favor. Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God. Yo, that's crazy. Y'all should know that by now. Y'all should also know by now that Mike Knoxxx.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
And I absolutely want you to know that I loved and cannot wait for Scary Movie.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black.
You thought you was better than Mike Knoxxx?
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
Leave the drugs alone.
Stop it. Get some help.
And know forever and always, I will always care. We out of here, y'all. Fingers.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
We about to give him something new, Mike. Yeah. 3X. Y'all ready? Whether flaming a mic or flaming a blunt, he